Hey guys, it's Kia and I'm back with another video. This time I wanted to talk with you all about fragrances from makeup companies. So before delving really heavy into fragrances, I've always loved fragrances, of course, but before getting this deep into it, makeup was my first passion. And so it's always like a huge deal when your favorite makeup company comes out with a fragrance. So that just always intrigued me. We do have makeup only brands like Clinique, Estee Lauder, and Lancome that would come out with fragrances alongside their makeup and skincare products. But there are some other brands that I wanted to discuss. And the very first, and that many of you may be very familiar with, is MAC. MAC over the years has come out with different fragrances, but lately they've narrowed down their collection to 4 scents, which I have all of them. So let's go through them really quickly. The first one is my summer staple, and this is MAC Turquoise. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's an aquatic, fresh fragrance with some feel-good vibes. I'll have to put up the notes. This one it smells citrusy, it smells aquatic, it smells slightly marine, but it's just refreshing and beautiful for the summertime. I always have this on deck. I was wondering if I should put it into retirement this year because I've just grown to love other summer fragrances, but it's a staple. I've had it for summer and I always buy backups of it, so I think I'll stick with it. I absolutely love it. MAC Creme de Nude. So this one was actually my second fragrance because I'm a vanilla fan, and so it was only right to get this one. This one is actually like a vanilla with some suede. I always say, and something that it was really off-putting for me for a really long time was the fact that it opened up with some medicinal, something medicinal was in the opening of this, but it's more of a vanilla with the suede. So I love it as a different type of vanilla amongst my vanilla collection. MAC's, the next one that I acquired because it was just an easy pickup, is this one, Candy Yum Yum, the pink one with the guava notes and cotton candy. And I think there may be freesia in this or violet. But this one it's a fresh scent, and it was just one of those fragrances that listed cotton candy in it that I really was not getting for a long time. I could smell there was a sweetness from a fruit, and there was something else in it that just did not give me cotton candy feels. And so I have been trying to wear a lot of my fragrances lately, and this is one of them. And so again, like usual, I just spray myself and just not really think about it, but I kept getting wafts of this gorgeous sweetness, and I was like, MAC Candy Yum Yum, is that you? So lately I've been able to smell some of the cotton candy in it, but it does have, and again, I'll list the notes or keynotes. This one has like a freesia in it that keeps, which I feel like companies or perfumers put in these sweet fragrances to keep it from being too sweet and to brighten it up a little bit. But notes like that give me a touch of fresh laundry. So that's what this is for me. While I do get some of the sweetness that freesia or violet or whatever that note is keeps it, it touches on freshness from like a laundry kind of standpoint. The last fragrance that I have from MAC from their core lineup now is MAC Velvet Teddy. These are from their Shade Sense range. They've had other ones when it was first launched, but they've discontinued all of them except these 3. So MAC Velvet Teddy is very close to Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. Because I have this, I have not smelled Tobacco Vanille. Surprise, surprise. I mean, I feel like I've grown a nice collection of Tom Ford fragrances, but I have not really put my nose on tobacco vanille, but this is such a spicy, tobacco, full, rich, honey fragrance. When I got it, I was like, yes, this is what I was looking for in a tobacco fragrance. It's sweet enough for me, but spicy and punchy enough where you really get the tobacco. Now, this can be a bit much, so I have to be careful with it. Like, it can be strong and overwhelming. So that is Velvet Teddy. And I will move on to the next fragrance. Next fragrance is by Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury completely does makeup. She has a nice range of products. I didn't get into her brand too heavy. When she first launched, I didn't see too many people that look like me, so it's just an automatic thing that says this isn't for you, or I'd probably struggle trying to find a good shade. So even though there are other products other than complexion products, I just was never really into the brand like that. I have, you know, kind of gotten into some of her products like Pillow Talk lipstick and liner. She has a base product, a primer that I've been using. But one of the things that I ventured into because I've been on this fragrance journey is her one and only released fragrance, which is Scent of a Dream. So this fragrance, I was able to score a little tiny bottle on Mercari, and I'm glad I did. I really wanted to try it. I heard so many good things about it, but the first and foremost thing that I don't think I realized going into it, because if somebody's like, oh my God, it's so great, it's so good, like I don't really bother with, is it this type of fragrance or that? Because if it's good, it's good. And I like good, regardless if it fits in this category or that. You know, just the blind buying type of stuff we do. But this is completely a white floral perfume. Kia likes sweets and gourmands and fruity florals, but straight floral. This one was a lot for me to take in, and it took quite a while because I think even though I like floral, it has to come with the sweet or some type of sweetness so that so it can be palatable for me. All florals are not palatable for me, especially white florals. But this fragrance is a white floral, and I will say that I think it's all florals almost throughout the fragrance, and then in the base there's some musk. But this one for me has been more of a mature white floral. I've come to appreciate it. I sprayed some on because it actually mixes with your body chemistry and turns into this lovely skin scent, as if your natural fragrance of your body or your skin is just flowers. As if you were under your clothes, you wore flowers, or if you were naked dressed in flowers. So not necessarily these crazy florals that just are in a garden, but ones that you picked that you like and you decide to either make a head wreath or a headpiece, headband, or I just feel like it's just one of those scents that you just smell like a gorgeous person. So I've worn it around the house, of course, but I have not felt confident enough to go outside the house with it on because I'm just not into white florals like this. But I'm glad I tried it, and yeah, I think over time I'll probably appreciate it better. The next fragrance that I have is from the brand NARS. So NARS, MAC, of course, were just amazing makeup companies over the years. I absolutely love NARS, especially foundation products. Like I'm wearing NARS foundation today. And so their one and only fragrance that they've ever come out with is this gorgeous baby called Audacious. I was interested in this, but for a 50 ml at its price point, I just could not bring myself to blind buy it. But then it was vouched for by Anastasia MM. I feel like if you watch my channel, you may watch hers. But if you want to check her out, I will definitely link her channel. But this, you guys, is a tropical sandalwood for me. I was very skeptical about getting it because so many people online were like, oh my gosh, it's not what I expected. It's not what I thought it would be. But this is a pretty tropical sandalwood. Sandalwood is going to be creamy, woodsy, teetering on unisex. I think there's a hint of incense in there. I'm not as fond of a lot of incense, but what's in here does not bother me. It's so slight, it just adds to the depth of the fragrance, and it's so like NARS to have this presentation and this aesthetic. And the smell to me is something that I would imagine for the NARS brand. So Audacious is a gorgeous fragrance. Yeah, check it out if you haven't. It's so hard. It's not talked about a lot. There aren't a lot of samples, I don't think, out there, but it's a nice sandalwood fragrance. If you like sandalwood, like Queen of Sandalwood Anastasia, you would absolutely love this. I'm trying to think how close would I say it is to Santal Complete. I don't know. I know they differ, but it's along the same vein. So that is NARS Audacious. You probably can't even see the writing because it's in black on a black bottle. The last brand, this one, I'm gonna cheat a little bit because this brand was made following the success of the makeup brand, so sister brand to Huda Beauty. Kayali specifically deals with fragrance, but I included it because, again, it followed the success of Huda Beauty as a compliment, but it's under its own brand, Kayali. So Kayali ran by Huda's sister, Mona. I have two fragrances by them, and my first and only love of the line of about 9 fragrances was Vanilla 28. Look how dark my juice has gotten, and it has aged and just become so gorgeous to me. When I first got it, I wasn't that impressed. I just felt like it's vanilla, like it's not doing anything for me. I don't know if it's because it sat for a while, but I find it to be an amazing vanilla to layer with. Whenever I need a touch of vanilla with something that's just way too floral or what have you, I will layer it with this vanilla. This vanilla has brown sugar in it. I'll list some key notes, but it's gotten kind of spicy to me. And while it's predominantly vanilla, it's going to be your warm, slightly spicy brown sugar vanilla that's just, I'm so glad I got it. I actually blind bought this, but and I got the 50 ml, I think, and I'm glad I got it. Now, the other fragrance that I blind bought, but because I knew I had only like one out of the many of the others that they offered, I was hesitant and got a little bottle. And so this is Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. And let me tell you, and this was a blind buy. I only bought the small size so I wouldn't be too disappointed if I didn't like it, because at the time, I think they just launched inside of Sephora's. You could usually buy them online, but they launched inside of Sephora. This one is so gorgeous. So this is basically your rose and saffron kind of combo, but this has pink pepper in it. I don't know why I'm so head over heels with this fragrance. Like, I have other ones that are decent or just as good, but I am in love with this one specifically. This is just like, when I say it's gorgeous, I love this because it's rose dominant, but then it has the spice and the saffron and the pink pepper that keeps it bright. So follow me, see if you can follow me here. And I hate to make this kind of connection, but listen, I gotta tell you what I think. I can only think for myself. But in Delina, or Delina Exclusive, there's this contrast between the bright lychee, or in Delina rhubarb, and the vanilla and rose. So it contrasts. This has that same kind of contrast. Like, there's this brightness that's addictive, and it complements the rose so well. It still stays a rose dominant fragrance, but that pink pepper and saffron and whatever else is in here with the keynotes that I'll put up, it is amazing. And this is one that I wish I had gotten a big bottle, but I knew I needed to take my time and just try the small size. This I could, and I also love it because it's an everyday scent. Like, I can grab this so easily without thinking about it. Like, oh, do I feel like being rose and saffron today? Or do I feel like being rose and oud today? Sometimes you have to be in a mood for that, and it's not as easy. But this one I find is so easy, but it still has its punch and its own character that makes it stand out and special as a easy grab fragrance. So they're coming out with they came out with the new vanilla cocoa. Like, I'm on it, because if it's as good as this one is, I'm sold. But that pink bottle would be nice. I'm gonna get through this and then move on to the bigger bottle if I'm still into it. But as of right now, this is definitely full bottle, big bottle worthy. It's so easy. And before I forget, because I do want to make a video, but we know how that goes sometimes. I tried the Michael Kors Mystique Shimmer, which is the last fragrance that came out in that shimmer collection. I have all the others in the shimmer collection, but I finally got my nose on the Mystique one. And guess what it smells like? But it seems like it has more saffron in it. This one is a little sweeter and more rose dominant. That's more like floral but saffron. So you're getting the same feel with that one, but I like this one better. When I sprayed it, my sister really loves it, who I didn't know she was into this kind of fragrance. And the sales associates, I think, of course, they're gonna say they like it, but they like it. And so I would get that one, but I have this and would rather the bigger bottle of this. This is also a cousin. This is turning into a sweet pepper kind of review, but I wanted to give it its own. This is also a cousin to Nina Ricci's Rose Extase. This is a cousin to Lancome's La Nuit Trésor. This is a cousin to, who else? And the Michael Kors Mystique Shimmer. I think Mystique Shimmer is a lot closer, but it's not as rose dominant as this. So I could see where people definitely find this close to Intense Cafe or Deluxe, but I'm so glad I have this. So that is all of my fragrances from mostly makeup companies we know, like, again, we know that Lancome has their fragrances, Estee Lauder, Clinique, but they've been doing it, I think, since the beginning, more than these companies. So that's what I have. Do you all have any of these? Let me know. And tell me what you think of them. I would love to hear. See you guys next video. Bye.